A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development in international relations, the Kremlin has confirmed that former U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are set to meet next week. This summit marks the first face-to-face encounter between the leaders of the two nations since 2021 and comes as both leaders seek a breakthrough to bring an end to the ongoing war in Ukraine. The announcement follows recent talks between U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Putin, where the discussions aimed to persuade the Russian president to agree to a ceasefire agreement with Ukraine. Kremlin aide Yuri Ushakov stated, at the suggestion of the American side, an agreement was essentially reached to hold a bilateral meeting at the highest level in the coming days. That is, a meeting between President Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump. While the venue for this pivotal summit has yet to be disclosed, speculation is rife about potential locations that could host this momentous occasion. One of the leading candidates is Reykjavik, Iceland's capital, which carries historical significance in U.S.-Russia diplomatic relations. The city was the site of the 1986 summit between U.S. President Ronald Reagan and Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, a meeting that, despite ending without a formal agreement, laid the groundwork for future arms reduction treaties and helped ease Cold War tensions. Trump, who often likens himself to Reagan as a self-proclaimed deal-maker, may find the symbolism of Reykjavik appealing. Another potential venue is Qatar, which has emerged as a trusted mediator in international diplomacy. The nation has successfully facilitated negotiations between the U.S. and the Taliban and has played a role in ceasefire talks in Gaza. With strong ties to both Moscow and Washington, Qatar could serve as a neutral ground for the summit. Trump's previous admiration for the wealth and hospitality of his Arab hosts during his Middle East trip may also influence his suggestion of Doha as a meeting place. Geneva, Switzerland, is also a traditional choice for high-stakes diplomacy, having hosted the last U.S.-Russia presidential meeting in 2021. Known for its neutrality, Switzerland has facilitated numerous historic negotiations, making it a practical option. However, following Switzerland's adoption of EU sanctions against Russia due to the Ukraine war, it may now be perceived as too Western-aligned for Putin. Serbia presents another interesting option. The country has maintained warm relations with Moscow, while simultaneously seeking closer ties with the West, refusing to join Western sanctions against Russia. For Putin, Belgrade offers a welcoming atmosphere that is not overtly pro-Russian, while for Trump, it suggests a degree of neutrality that could help avoid backlash similar to that faced after his 2018 Helsinki summit with Putin. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, has also been mentioned as a potential venue, especially following Putin's recent meeting with the UAE leader. The UAE has quietly established itself as a key diplomatic broker, particularly between Russia and Ukraine, and has hosted negotiations over prisoner exchanges. A summit in Abu Dhabi or Dubai would not only provide a lavish backdrop, but also sidestep the complexities associated with more traditional Western venues. As preparations for the summit unfold, the dynamics surrounding the meeting remain complex. One significant obstacle is the potential requirement for a trilateral meeting involving Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Reports indicate that the Kremlin leader is not ready to meet Zelensky, a condition that the White House has suggested may be necessary for Trump to proceed with the summit. This mixed messaging from both Washington and Moscow reflects the chaotic nature of the ongoing negotiations. Despite the Kremlin's enthusiasm for a bilateral summit, they have denied that a three-way meeting with Zelensky was discussed, emphasizing the focus on preparations for a direct meeting between Trump and Putin. The prospect of the two leaders attempting to negotiate an agreement on Ukraine without Zelensky present raises concerns in Kyiv and among European allies, highlighting the delicate balance of power in the region. The last encounter between Trump and Putin took place in Helsinki, Finland, in July 2018, where Trump faced significant backlash for seemingly siding with Putin over U.S. intelligence agencies regarding election interference. Given Finland's subsequent NATO membership and its firm stance against Russia, it is unlikely to be considered as a venue for this upcoming summit. As both leaders prepare for this historic meeting, the world watches closely, hoping for a potential breakthrough in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The outcome of this summit could have profound implications for international relations and the future of U.S.-Russia diplomacy. With tensions high and stakes even higher, the location and nature of their discussions will be pivotal in shaping the geopolitical landscape in the coming months. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.